Hi, Patreon friends, and this is Star Hilder. I just put up an article for you to read about fall preps, and I wanted to just follow up with a really quick video because it's a stunning fall day. Look at that. Stunning fall day, and we are in the middle of getting all of our fall preps done, and it's really important that, look at this chicken, that you take fall preparation seriously on your homestead. If you are really new to this lifestyle, or you're going to be diving into it soon, and you're going to be faced with a homestead, especially where there is a change of season, really, really important to take it seriously and to prepare, because, and I speak from the experience of our neighbors. Got a couple neighbors that moved to the area. They didn't take it seriously. And they found themselves, you know, the one couple, they were buying energy logs in the middle of the winter and scrap wood, and complaining that the scrap wood wasn't burning efficiently enough. Well, it's because they weren't prepared. They didn't do enough firewood cutting early on in the season. They didn't stack up. You need at least 2 cord of wood if you're living out where we're living. And you know, it's so easy when you decide to start a homestead and go off-grid and there is winter. Ask the neighbors how much cordwood they burn per season. That's the first thing that we did. We noticed when we came out here that there was different type of species of wood. Back at home we had maple and oak, we had hardwood. Out here there weren't those species of wood. In fact, there's a lot of pine and larch and different trees, birch. Very, very different from what we were used to. But we made it a point to ask the locals about what they burn, where to get the wood, and that's what Mr. Hilder did. He went on a cut-a-thon, and we now have, I don't know how many cords of wood, but let's just say enough to last many, many years. That was a priority with our preparation. And there's other things that you really have to be aware of. Aren't these little, look at these chicks, how big they're getting. I got more videos on that, but they're growing up. The other thing is livestock. You see how the chickens are running around today, and we're free ranging them. I'm going to go down to the coop. I'm going to have some video on this. Prepare for your livestock. I don't care if you got pigs or chickens or ducks or rabbits. You know, now is a good time during the fall to get all their containers and wash them out and bleach them. Kind of start from scratch going into the winter, because you know you don't want to be doing that in the cold dead of winter. The other thing is, like our coop right now, I am buying lots of straw bales. And because right now I've got a new peeps, right? We have to find housing for them. There's not enough housing room in the original coop. So what my plan is I'm going to build like a straw bale house. It's cheap. You know, straw bales around here range from $4 to $6, depending on where you're getting them. But what I'm doing right now is just stacking them up for insulation. But I am going to see. This is just paper. I'm gonna there's a big hole here. You know, this isn't part of the structure. I'm going to move the straw bales out, make a square here, bring this down and I've got some tin, put this down as a roof, stack up the bales and make a straw bale house, probably yay tall, so that they have insulation, instant insulation, instant housing, and I'm going to put their perch in there. So easy. I don't have to build an extra structure, especially if you don't have time. And the other thing you could also use, if you're kind of in a pickle and you're getting ready for winter with your flock, is pallets. Pallets. I love pallets for building. We used the pallets before to build our meat bird coop, which is down below. Worked perfect. So just get things ready. I'm cleaning up this area. I'm going to get hog panels. I think maybe I have mentioned that before. We'll be mentioning it in another video. Hog panel, which is going to provide some shelter during the winter time. If you read my article, the other part of fall prep is the garden. We're in full swing with the garden right now. We free range our chickens so that they can start scratching up the surface and kind of taking care of the rest of the foliage. We're not pulling anything out of the ground, and in fact we allow the deer to come in and browse. We like to keep the root balls in the ground. It has created a very natural environment. It's very synergistic, and we just don't pull things out of the ground. We leave them in over the winter. And in fact, I'll be leaving my celery in and just kind of taking the wood chips and actually, because look at how green it is right now, and it's been down in freezing. We've had freezing already, but I tell you what, this celery is resilient. Now, if you live in an area where the ground is going to freeze and you're concerned about your celery or any of your other ground stuff, pull out that root ball and stick it in some water, and that celery will keep producing throughout the year. In fact, I will dig up some of this and keep inside the house so I have fresh celery for the season. But for the most part, that's what we do with the garden, and really the animals do the preparation. The deer and the chickens do the preparation. The other thing I talked about is you'll see the picture of me with my bow. I mean, year-round we're scouting. Year-round Mr. Hilders is looking for stand placement and trying to figure out where the deer and where the elk are. He is actually out hunting right now. But get your equipment ready. Get your clothing out and washed. Get your climbing sticks, your stands, safety first. Start shooting your bow or your gun, whatever it is. Get that stuff sighted in because it is about being prepared to harvest and making sure that you do so in a respectful way, which means you need to know your equipment and you need to practice. And that doesn't mean sighting your bow in or sighting your gun in. You need to practice so that you're proficient, so that when that animal comes by, you can make a clean hit. Okay, that's really, really important. Other part of being prepared is just cleaning up the general area. You see Mr. Hilder took down my canning center. We got that out of the way. Getting your wood close to the house. We got the compost pile now in the garden area. Lots of stuff, huh? I actually love this time of season. I just did my final canning. Get your pantry prepared. And in fact, I'll take you in. I just got done cleaning the whole pantry. I think I got some video footage on that too. And here we go. And you know, the amazing thing about this pantry is I'm really lucky that Mr. Hilder did deep shelves, because I'm stacking up I'm really stacking up the jars. And there's just lots and lots and lots and lots. So I'm still in the process of adding and filling up the shelves, but everything's getting clean and organized finally. I got lots of jars left over. I'm getting out some of my other commodities, probably be canning a little bit more, but for the most part, get your pantry in order, and not just your food items, but we've got another room where we have stashed our toilet paper, our toiletries, medical supplies. You never know when that winter storm is going to shut you in, right? So be prepared. All right, my Patreon friends, this is what you're paying for, this extra. And just showing you some of the things that we do to prep. If you're new and you're going forward with some homesteading, write this stuff down so that when it comes time, you're not caught with your pants down like a lot of the people down the road who moved from, you know, the city and just didn't get it. And I'll tell you what, as the years go by, they get a little bit smarter, but see, you can be smart right away. Listen to Starry, been there, done that. Okay, God bless, and keep coming back.